Hello everyone, this is Joy, your instructor for computer networks, and today we are going to see the ARP. So the first question is that what is ARP? The network has many protocols such as the Internet Group Management Protocol, Internet Control Message Protocol, then IPv4 or IPv6 and ARP and RARP. So the full form of ARP is the Address Resolution Protocol. But still we don't know that what is ARP and why it is needed. So let's try to understand the Address Resolution Protocol with an example. So as you can see on the screen, there are three devices A, B and C are connected to router. Now each device is having their own IP address and MAC address. Suppose device A want to send message to device B. So in order to do so, in the application layer of device A, the message will be added. For example, A wants to say hello to B. So hello is added in the application layer. In the transport layer, the port addresses are added. But right now we are not interested in the application layer or transport layer. In the network layer, the IP address of the destination will be added. So device A knows the IP address of the destination, so A is adding the IP address 153.52.9.1 in the network layer. Now after that, in the link layer, A has to add MAC address of the device B. But right now A doesn't know the MAC address of device B. So if A forwards this message to the router, because of the router doesn't know the MAC address in the packet, router is not able to forward the message to the appropriate destination. So this is the problematic. So device A should know the MAC address and IP address in order to send the message. And that is why we need the address resolution protocol. In the address resolution protocol, if any device only knows the IP address of the destination, before sending any message to the destination, device will ask the MAC address of the destination device so that it can forward the message appropriately. So let's see first the packet format of the ARP. You can see on the screen, this is the packet format of the ARP. The length of the packet is 32-bit and there are in fact 6 fields are there, so it becomes 192 bits. Let's discuss each and every field. The first field is the hardware type. Value in this field tells you what type of hardware is used under the network layer. There could be Ethernet or it could be the token ring. There are many types of hardware possible. So in this value will tells you that which type of hardware is used. Protocol type will tell you that what type of protocol is used at the network layer. So value in this field will indicate that it could be either IPv4 or IPv6. The next field is the hardware length. Hardware length is the address length in the hardware type. For example, in the hardware length will tell you the length of the address in the Ethernet layer. Then there is protocol length, means what is the length of the address which is used in the network layer. So there are only two options. It can be 32-bit or 128 bits. Then there is operation. There are two values are there, the request and reply. So if A wants to know the MAC address of device B, so in that case it will create request. If B is replying, then it will send with reply. Then there is sender hardware address. which is the MAC address of the device A. So in this field, the sender A, device A, will add its own MAC address. Then sender protocol address, in this field, A will add its own IP address. Then after, the target hardware address. Now A doesn't know the hardware address of the target hardware address of B, right? So A will keep this entry empty because right now A is creating the request. So during the request, there is no value is entered in the hardware field, and A knows the protocol address, which is the IP address of the destination. A knows the IP address of the device B. So this packet will be encapsulated in the frame which is generated in the data link layer, and it will be sent. Now always remember that an ARP request is broadcast. Why ARP request is broadcast? Because A doesn't know the hardware address of the destination, so A will forward the request to all the devices. So A will send the ARP request, which is generated in the network layer, is encapsulated in the frame in the data link layer, and then after it will be forwarded. So ARP request is broadcast, so A will broadcast the request to all the devices. But the ARP reply is unicast. So whenever B receives the ARP request, from the value in the field, B finds that device A wants to know its MAC address. So B will put the MAC address which was empty during the request. B will put the MAC address and it will send the frame to the device A. And the reply is always unicast. Why ARP reply is unicast? Because B knows that which device is asking its MAC address, so B knows the IP address and the MAC address of the device which is requesting. So B will forward the request to the requester. So this is how the ARP protocol works. After receiving the message, A will make the entry on its table, which is called the ARP table. So A has made the entry in that the IP address of the destination and the MAC address of the destination is added. So each and every device is having ARP table in the network, because not IP address is only needed for the communication, but MAC address is also necessary. You can find the ARP in your laptop or in your computer. Just go to command prompt and you have to write ARP/A and hit enter, and you will find all the entries which are stored in your computer. So this is it for today's session. If you have any doubt, you can ask me, and thank you so much.